Michael Blomqvist's office was cramped, cluttered, and reeked of despair. He sat at his desk, staring at the framed front page of Millennium magazine that hung on the wall, a stark reminder of better days. The headline screamed, "The Fall of a Titan, Blomqvist Convicted of Libel." Below the headline was his own photo, the smile that had once charmed countless sources and readers, now a grimace of defeat. The libel case had shattered his credibility. Michael had never imagined that exposing the dark secrets of one of Sweden's most powerful industrialists would end in disaster. But it did. And now, with his magazine facing a massive financial hit, Michael's career was in ruins. A sharp knock on his office door jolted him from his gloomy thoughts. In walked Erika Berger, the editor-in-chief and a close friend for over a decade. Her face was a mixture of sympathy and concern. "Michael, I hate to bring this up again, but we need to discuss the future of Millennium," she said, her voice gentle but firm. Michael sighed and ran a hand through his graying hair. "I know, Erika. I know. But I can't let the magazine go under because of my mistakes." Erika leaned against his cluttered desk. "There might be a way for you to help Millennium and yourself at the same time." Michael raised an eyebrow, intrigued despite his despondency. "Go on." Erika explained that Henrik Vanger, an elderly industrialist from the Vanger Corporation, had a proposition for him. Henrik wanted Michael to investigate a decades-old mystery that had haunted his family for years, the disappearance of his niece, Harriet Vanger. Henrik offered Michael a substantial financial reward and information that could potentially turn the tide of his libel case in exchange for his investigative skills. Michael hesitated. Investigating a cold case was a far cry from his usual exposés, but he knew that he couldn't refuse the lifeline Erika had just thrown him. Besides, the intrigue of a decades-old disappearance intrigued him. Erika handed him a thick envelope containing Henrik's offer. "Take some time to think it over. But Michael, this could be your chance to redeem yourself." As Erika left his office, Michael stared at the envelope in his hands. It was a chance for a fresh start, a chance to escape the shadow of his disgrace. He knew he had to take it. Michael Blomqvist had a new mission, to solve the mystery of Harriet Vanger's disappearance. Little did he know that this investigation would lead him down a treacherous path, where dark family secrets and unexpected alliances awaited him. Michael Blomqvist's decision to take on the investigation into Harriet Vanger's disappearance was not made lightly. It was a leap of faith, a chance to reclaim his tarnished reputation. As he dug into the details of the case, he realized that he needed more than just determination and intuition to unravel the decades-old mystery. He needed help, and it came in the form of an unexpected ally. One evening, while Michael was poring over old newspaper clippings and police reports in his cluttered office, his phone buzzed with an incoming message. It was an encrypted email from an address he didn't recognize. The subject line read, "I can help you." Curiosity piqued, Michael opened the message. It contained a single sentence, "Meet me at Café Norden, 10 p.m., tonight." Michael had no idea who had sent the message or what they could offer, but he felt a flicker of hope. He needed all the help he could get. He quickly agreed to the meeting and replied with a simple, "Okay." As the clock neared 10 p.m., Michael arrived at Café Norden, a trendy spot in central Stockholm. He sat at a corner table, his eyes scanning the room for any sign of his mysterious contact. The café was dimly lit, filled with the low hum of hushed conversations and the clinking of glasses. 10 o'clock came and went, and Michael began to wonder if the message had been a hoax. Just as he was about to leave, a figure approached his table, shrouded in the shadows. "Mr. Blomqvist," a voice said, low and steady. "I'm the one who sent you the message." Michael strained to see the person's face but could only make out the faintest silhouette. "Who are you, and how can you help me?" The figure stepped into the light, revealing a young woman with striking features. Her hair was jet black, and her eyes were a piercing shade of gray. She exuded an air of confidence mixed with an undeniable air of mystery. "I'm Lisbeth Salander," she said. "I'm a hacker, and I've been following your investigation. I think we can help each other." Michael was taken aback. He had heard of Lisbeth Salander, a notorious figure in the world of hacking, known for her unparalleled skills and enigmatic personality. "Why would you want to help me?" Michael asked, his skepticism evident. Lisbeth leaned in, her expression unwavering. "I have my reasons, Mr. Blomqvist. Reasons that will become clear as we delve deeper into this case. I can provide you with information access that you won't find anywhere else. But in return, I want something from you." Michael knew that making a deal with someone like Lisbeth Salander was risky, but he also recognized the potential benefits of her expertise. He leaned forward, ready to hear her terms. And so, in the dimly lit Café Norden, a journalist seeking redemption and a hacker with a hidden agenda formed an unlikely partnership. Little did they know that their collaboration would uncover secrets far more complex and dangerous than either of them could have imagined. Michael Blomqvist and Lisbeth Salander's unlikely partnership had taken root, and they began their investigation into the decades-old mystery surrounding Harriet Vanger's disappearance. Their journey led them to the remote and enigmatic Hedeby Island, home to the sprawling Vanger family estate. The Vanger family was a study in dysfunction. As Michael and Lisbeth delved deeper into the case, they couldn't help but notice the fractures within this once powerful clan. Henrik Vanger's brothers, Martin and Harold, were locked in a bitter feud over control of the family business. Their resentments ran deep, and Michael suspected that this feud might hold the key to unraveling the mystery. One rainy afternoon, Michael visited Martin Vanger, who lived in a secluded house on the island. Martin was a charismatic but enigmatic figure, and he welcomed Michael with a cold smile. "Mr. Blomqvist, I've heard about your investigation," Martin said, leading Michael into a dimly lit living room adorned with antique furniture. "But I must warn you, meddling in family affairs can have consequences." Michael remained undeterred. "I'm here to find out what happened to Harriet Vanger, and I'll go wherever the evidence takes me." Martin's smile grew even colder. "Harriet's disappearance is a tragedy, but it's a mystery that's haunted our family for decades. Some wounds never heal." As Michael probed further, he sensed Martin's unease. The man was clearly hiding something, and Michael was determined to get to the bottom of it. Meanwhile, Lisbeth had her own agenda. She used her hacking skills to dig into the Vanger family's secrets, uncovering financial irregularities, hidden offshore accounts, and a tangled web of deceit. The Vanger family's veneer of respectability was rapidly crumbling under her scrutiny. As Michael and Lisbeth continued their investigation, they unearthed old police reports, diaries, and family photos that hinted at Harriet's obsession with old family photographs and biblical references. The pieces of the puzzle were falling into place, but there was still much work to be done. The island's gloomy atmosphere mirrored the murky family dynamics. It seemed that the more they uncovered, the more questions arose. Michael and Lisbeth were determined to break through the walls of silence that surrounded Harriet Vanger's disappearance and to expose the long-buried secrets of the fractured Vanger family. Little did they know that their relentless pursuit of the truth would lead them into even darker territory, where danger and deception lurked around every corner. The shadows of the past were beginning to cast a long and ominous presence over their investigation. As the investigation into Harriet Vanger's disappearance continued, Michael Blomqvist and Lisbeth Salander found themselves deep in the heart of a decades-old mystery that seemed to have as many twists as the winding roads of Hedeby Island. Michael had become fixated on the journals and photographs that had once belonged to Harriet. The room he had set up as his makeshift office at the Vanger family estate was filled with old diaries, faded photographs, and scraps of notes. He spent hours poring over Harriet's writings, trying to understand the mind of the woman who had vanished without a trace. One evening, Michael discovered a curious pattern in Harriet's journals. She had meticulously catalogued family photographs, particularly those that featured specific members of the Vanger family. But there was more to it than that. The photographs were accompanied by cryptic references to biblical verses. Michael knew that this was a significant breakthrough. He couldn't decipher the meaning of the references on his own, so he reached out to Lisbeth, who had been working tirelessly on her own part of the investigation. Lisbeth arrived at Michael's makeshift office, her laptop in hand. "What have you found?" she asked, her eyes scanning the scattered papers. Michael pointed to a journal open on the desk. Harriet was obsessed with these old family photographs. "And look at these references. They all seem to be related to the Bible in some way." Lisbeth leaned in, studying the entries. "This could be a code, a hidden message. We need to decipher it." They spent hours trying to crack the code, cross-referencing the photographs and verses, and gradually, patterns began to emerge. It became clear that Harriet had left a trail of breadcrumbs, a puzzle for someone to solve. The two investigators worked together, using their unique skills, Michael's tenacity and Lisbeth's technical expertise, to piece together the clues. Slowly, they unraveled the hidden messages within Harriet's journals, discovering a network of secrets that went deeper than they could have ever imagined. The more they uncovered, the more dangerous their quest became. It was as if they had stumbled onto a labyrinth of family mysteries, betrayal, and a darkness that had remained hidden for far too long. As Michael and Lisbeth continued to decode Harriet's messages, they realized that they were edging closer to the truth about her disappearance. But the closer they got, the more perilous their journey became, as dark forces within the Vanger family and beyond sought to keep the secrets buried. As Michael and Lisbeth continued their painstaking work deciphering Harriet's cryptic messages, they realized that the clues extended beyond the photographs and biblical verses. There were references to old family gatherings, hidden compartments in the Vanger estate, and names that with each passing day, Michael Blomqvist and Lisbeth Salander's investigation into Harriet Vanger's disappearance grew more perilous. The secrets they uncovered led them into a dangerous game where every step seemed to bring them closer to the truth and deeper into the shadows. Seemed to be placeholders for something more sinister. Their discoveries piqued the interest of the Vanger family members, each of whom had their own reasons for wanting the past to remain buried. Suspicion and hostility emanated from every corner of the family estate. One evening, while Michael was reviewing a journal entry about a family picnic from years ago, he received an anonymous phone call. A raspy voice on the other end issued a chilling warning: "Stop digging into the past, Blomqvist, or you'll regret it." Michael knew they were onto something significant, and the threat only fueled his determination. But it also served as a stark reminder that they were treading on dangerous ground. Lisbeth's efforts weren't limited to decoding messages. She had used her hacking skills to trace connections between the Vanger family and a series of gruesome murders in the region over the years. The pieces were falling into place, and it was becoming clear that the Vanger family's secrets extended far beyond Harriet's disappearance. Their investigation had also caught the attention of the local police, who viewed Michael and Lisbeth's inquiries as an intrusion into their jurisdiction. Inspector Morel, the lead investigator, saw them as a nuisance and a threat to his own reputation. One evening, as Michael and Lisbeth met to compare notes, they were ambushed by an unknown assailant outside Lisbeth's apartment. A shadowy figure attacked them, leaving them bruised and shaken but alive. It was a clear message: they were being watched, and their pursuit of the truth was not going unnoticed. But instead of retreating, the attack only steeled their resolve. Michael and Lisbeth knew they were in a dangerous game, one where the stakes were rising with each revelation. They were determined to uncover the complete truth, no matter the risks, and to bring justice to Harriet Vanger and the victims of the sinister web they were uncovering. As the tension escalated, the duo realized that they were not only up against the Vanger family's dark secrets but also against powerful forces that would stop at nothing to protect them. The dangerous game they had entered was far from over, and the next move could be their most perilous yet. Michael Blomqvist and Lisbeth Salander were caught in a relentless pursuit of the truth surrounding Harriet Vanger's disappearance. The dangerous game they had entered seemed to have no boundaries, and they knew that unraveling the puzzle would lead them down a treacherous path. Their breakthrough with Harriet's cryptic messages had opened up new avenues of investigation. They began to piece together a timeline of events leading up to her disappearance, using photographs, journal entries, and references to old family gatherings. One entry in particular, a photograph from a summer picnic decades ago, became a focal point of their efforts. The photograph showed a young Harriet, her eyes filled with a mixture of innocence and hidden knowledge. It was a pivotal clue, and Michael couldn't shake the feeling that it held the key to the mystery. They also uncovered references to a hidden compartment in the Vanger estate. Harriet's journals alluded to it as a place where she had stashed her most precious secrets. Armed with this knowledge, Michael and Lisbeth embarked on a covert mission to locate the hidden compartment. Under the cover of darkness, they explored the sprawling Vanger estate, searching for the elusive hiding place. The labyrinthine corridors and hidden alcoves of the old mansion tested their patience and resolve. They encountered locked doors, secret passages, and a complex series of clues that Harriet had left behind. Finally, they stumbled upon a hidden chamber concealed behind a bookshelf in the family library. Inside, they found a trove of documents, diaries, and photographs meticulously organized by Harriet. It was a treasure trove of information that shed light on the family's darkest secrets. Michael and Lisbeth's discoveries in the hidden chamber revealed a chilling web of deceit, betrayal, and abuse within the Vanger family. Harriet had meticulously documented her family's sins, leaving a trail of evidence that exposed her own torment and the torment of others. As they pieced together the shocking truth, Michael and Lisbeth realized that the web of secrets extended far beyond Harriet's disappearance. There was a pattern of violence, murder, and cover-ups that stretched back decades, implicating multiple members of the Vanger family. Their findings were both a triumph and a burden. They had cracked the puzzle, but the revelations were horrifying. The dark history of the Vanger family was now laid bare, and Michael and Lisbeth knew that they had a moral duty to bring the perpetrators to justice. However, their pursuit of justice was far from over. They now faced the formidable challenge of exposing the truth to the world and confronting those who would stop at nothing to protect the family's legacy of darkness. As Michael Blomqvist and Lisbeth Salander delved deeper into the twisted history of the Vanger family, the sense of urgency in their investigation intensified. The secrets they had uncovered were unsettling, and time seemed to be slipping through their fingers like grains of sand. The revelation about the gravestone of Maria, a woman whose death had been shrouded in mystery, had opened up a new avenue of inquiry. Michael and Lisbeth combed through old police records, newspaper clippings, and family accounts, determined to piece together the events surrounding Maria's demise. Their findings were chilling. Maria's death had occurred under suspicious circumstances that pointed to domestic abuse within the Vanger family. It seemed that violence had been a recurring theme in the family's history, and Harriet's disappearance might be linked to a sinister pattern. As they delved deeper into their investigation, the danger that surrounded them became more palpable. Michael received veiled threats from unknown sources, warning him to abandon the case. Lisbeth's hacking activities had drawn the attention of powerful adversaries, and she knew that her digital trail was being closely monitored. Despite the growing risks, Michael and Lisbeth refused to be deterred. The urgency of their mission weighed heavily on their shoulders. They were racing against time to uncover the truth and bring justice to the victims of the Vanger family's dark legacy. Their investigation led them to revisit old witnesses and family members who had long remained silent. Tensions within the Vanger family escalated as the two investigators began asking uncomfortable questions. Suspicion and paranoia ran deep, and Michael and Lisbeth's presence on the island was viewed with increasing hostility. One stormy night, as they pored over old photographs and documents in Michael's makeshift office, they received an unexpected visit from Henrik Vanger himself. His eyes bore a mixture of desperation and determination. "I can't let this darkness persist," Henrik said, his voice quivering. "I've been haunted by Harriet's disappearance for far too long. I need answers, and I need closure." Michael and Lisbeth exchanged glances, realizing that Henrik's desire for the truth matched their own. Together, they formed an alliance with the elderly industrialist, vowing to uncover the full extent of the family's secrets. Their collaboration brought new revelations to light, as they followed the trail of abuse, betrayal, and violence that had plagued the Vanger family for generations. The pieces of the puzzle were falling into place, and it became evident that they were closing in on a chilling truth. But their relentless pursuit of justice had not gone unnoticed. Powerful forces within and beyond the Vanger family were mobilizing to protect their secrets. Michael, Lisbeth, and Henrik had entered the final stretch of their race against time, and the battle to expose the truth would be their most perilous yet. The storm that had loomed over Hedeby Island for decades was finally reaching its tumultuous climax. Michael Blomqvist, Lisbeth Salander, and Henrik Vanger had waged a relentless battle against the shadows of the past, determined to uncover the truth and bring justice to the victims of the Vanger family's dark legacy. As their investigation came to its dramatic conclusion, Michael, Lisbeth, and Henrik found themselves at a crossroads, their lives forever changed by the revelations they had unearthed. With Henrik's support, they had uncovered a harrowing history of abuse, betrayal, and violence that had festered within the Vanger family for generations. Harriet's disappearance was only the tip of the iceberg, and the secrets that had been concealed for so long were now laid bare for all to see. The perpetrators of the family's darkest deeds were exposed, and justice was served. But the price of truth had been high, and the toll it had taken on Michael, Lisbeth, and Henrik was immeasurable. As the storm raged outside the Vanger estate, the trio sat in somber reflection, the weight of their discoveries heavy on their shoulders. Michael knew that the story of the Vanger family's hidden horrors would reverberate through the annals of Swedish history, forever altering the perception of the once respected clan. Lisbeth, ever enigmatic, had achieved a sense of closure through the investigation. Her own troubled past had found a parallel in the Vanger family's dark secrets, and in helping to expose the truth, she had taken a step toward healing her own wounds. Henrik Vanger, despite the turmoil, found a measure of solace in the knowledge that Harriet's fate had finally been revealed. The burden he had carried for decades was lifted, and he could begin the process of healing the scars left by the family's dark history. Michael Blomqvist, the disgraced journalist turned investigator, had achieved a measure of redemption. His reputation had been restored, and his commitment to uncovering the truth had never wavered. The story of the Vanger family's secrets would become the defining moment of his career, a testament to his unwavering dedication to justice. As they parted ways, each carrying the weight of their shared experiences, they knew that their lives had been forever intertwined by the relentless pursuit of truth. The storm had passed, and the sun would rise over Hedeby Island once more, but the scars of the past would forever mark their journey. And so, the chapter came to a close, leaving behind a legacy of secrets uncovered, justice served, and lives forever changed. The Vanger family's dark history had been exposed to the world, a testament to the indomitable spirit of those who had refused to let the shadows of the past prevail.